for September, we got the World card. And so I think that's so cool because it's just like everything that happened this year is leading up until September, leading up until this moment. Okay. And so a lot of things are going to finalize in September. And I feel like there's another sign that I got this card for September. I can't remember which sign that is, if that is the case. Okay. Um, so maybe there's like a correlation there. If there is, then there's a connection to that sign or in your birth chart or with another person, whatever it may be. Okay, so September definitely seems a month of like completions and finalizing projects. I feel like I did mention something about like somebody making business plans with someone like in June or May. And it's kind of just like all talk. It's just like kind of like discussing the details. I feel like September you guys can come back around and like finalize a plan. So overall though, September is a good month to like finalize something, whether it's whatever it is. If you like, if you're in a bad relationship and like you've been wanting to like break up for some time, like do it in September. Like be done with it. Whatever you're done with, be done with it in September. Okay, because it's this is a good sign that it's like a it's like yeah, it's a positive sign even if you are ending something like a relationship, because it's more karmic. Okay, um it's more in alignment with who you are as a person opposed to doing what you think you have to do or what is expected out of you. Okay, and so you are ending a lot of contracts with people or with yourself or a situation that you're in. So um, there could be some heavy things going on as a result. Okay, you might have to deal with some heavy issues or feelings or certain individuals that are just like, I don't know, there's just like a heaviness to it. But on the plus side, once again, it's like there's a lot of that like negative turning into positive thing that I mentioned in August. It's like carrying over into September. Okay, so like ending a relationship can be a positive thing. Ending, quitting a job that doesn't serve you could will become a positive thing. Like it's negative, you have to quit your job, right? But it's positive because it's for your own good. Okay, so it's got to be something like that to where it's you know what I mean? It's going to produce those kinds of results. So once again, more results are being produced. I feel like things are more clear, things settle down. Where August, it's like there's a lot of energy to like finalize and get stuff done. I feel like September, the energy is going to be kind of like flat, but not like stagnant or anything. It's just like it's going to be a perfect balance and like wherever you go with that energy is entirely up to you. So instead of like the universe just throwing you around, it's you who's going to be throwing yourself around if you do find that to be the case. Okay, so be mindful of that. Be mindful that you in September, it's kind of funny, I feel like there's some kind of there's some kind of like suspension here, like you're kind of suspended in time and space. Okay, and so like how what everything you do like matters. Okay, so look at it like that, like you're in space and like any kind of movement you do in space is going to really like affect your overall movement and direction. So be really mindful of that. Okay, um what else? I also feel like you can come to terms or an agreement with something. If I didn't mention that, I feel like you're able to like accept something or forgive somebody, or even yourself. And if it's not forgiveness, I think just like you're just like able to accept something. Okay, so you don't have to forgive people. I feel like, well, I don't know, that's like so controversial, but you know, we're always told like forgive and you know set yourself free. But like I feel like some people just do things that it's like it's hard to forgive them, or it's just like why should I forgive them, you know, like I just feel like that you're pleasing your ego or something by, you know what I mean, unless you genuinely feel that forgiveness, then don't do it. Okay, because you're only trying to please an ego here. Okay, so you want to forgive people for the right reasons, and it's okay if you don't. And it's okay if you don't and you move on. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that either. So, um, at least that's just how I see it. If you don't agree, that's completely fine. Okay, you don't have to agree with me. Yeah, that's something that's just happening, just some kind of acceptance and moving on. And also like saying yes to something. So, I don't want to spoil it, but maybe some kind of engagement, or just saying yes to something. It is some kind of proposal. It doesn't have to be like an actual engagement. Um, it could even just be like an invite or something. Either way, there's something that comes up, some kind of proposal that you do want to say yes to. Okay. I mean, of course, if it's in alignment with what you got going on. I feel like there's a lot to say for September, but because it seems to be very individual, we're not going to get into it. So, if you ever need any more guidance from me, you're always welcome to reach out. I do offer private readings, but there should be other videos on my channel by this time of the year. Like these shouldn't be the only readings. So maybe there's some other readings I'll have on my channel that can help give you insight, or you could reach out to me. So that's what we got for September.